Today I'm going to show you guys how to draw a basic human face. And I'm going to be using some people from my previous drawings. These are all my favorite celebrities, as you would have seen from my last slide. And I'm going to pick drawing Josh Dunn. So what I always start off with is a circle. This is representative of your cranium, which is the basis of all add-ons to your face, if you want to say it like that. And then we'll start with his jawline. He has sort of a square jaw, not too much, so we want to start in close to the face and go down a little bit and then curve inward. And then same with the other side of the face. Go about the same thing. Okay, perfect. And then we'll start with his hairline. We want to go up a little bit further to like the top of the circle. And we'll draw this because that's like the beginning of his hairline. It doesn't really show the rest of this hairline because he has some crazy hair, but that is what you can see of his hairline. And then to help guide us to see where to put his hair, we'll draw his ears. We kind of want these in the middle of his face, and he has gauges in his ears. So we'll draw his earlobes a little bit bigger and put circles in his ears, like that, and then we'll do the other ear. It's okay if these are not perfect at the beginning, because if we need to, we will change them. Okay, good. And then we'll start with the hair that's in his face. And his hair is curly and kind of crazy, like I said before. So we'll start with that. And we'll do it a little bit, not like that. We'll do it like that, because his hair is also over his ears. And then we'll erase all of this inside of his hair. And we'll erase a circle as well, because now we don't need it and we know where the rest of the hair goes. And then we'll start with the top of his hair. Sorry if I'm going too fast. If you need me to slow it down, I will. I'll pause right here so you can see where I am. Alright, now we'll start with the rest of the hair. He has like a weird undercut mohawk thing, so the rest of his hair is shorter. So we'll do that. And just a little bit right here. So now we have the hair of Josh Dunn. Now we'll begin with the face. Some artists tell you to do the basic T shape, but that doesn't work for me, at least, because no one in the human race has a perfectly symmetrical face. And if you do the T, that will make them have a perfectly symmetrical face, and it'll look weird. Especially if you're drawing from a real life person like we are. So we'll start with his nose. I always start with the nose. And we'll do, and he has sort of a big nose, not too big, just right smack dab in the middle of his face. And right there is the outline for his nose. And then we'll do the inside, like here's the tip of it, and we go in to do the nostrils. So that's the basis of his nose. And then some people like do their noses like this. That doesn't really work for real life, like basing on real life. And Josh Dunn has these little things right on either side of his nose that help guide us that help us know where to put his eyes, and they also tell us where the bridge of his nose is. So now we have his nose, and we have guidelines where to put his eyes, and we know where to put his mouth. Speaking of his mouth, we will do his mouth now. Now when he smiles, different people smile different ways, but he kind of has like a cat shape in his mouth. Well, not in his mouth, as his mouth, when he smiles. So it's like a dip a rise, a dip, and then that's the basis for his smile. And then you always put these little like dark dips in the sides of people's mouths because that's like little, I don't know how to describe them. It's like pits at the side of your mouth, and that's like the excess shadows where you cannot see your lips. I don't know how to explain it. That's the best I can do. And then you do these two little curved lines from the edges to simulate his smile. You don't want to meet in the middle because you can see his tongue like that, and then his teeth. You normally, unless you want to like give yourself an aneurysm, you don't want to draw each individual tooth. You can just draw them as a thing together, and then we shade in the rest of his mouth and the bottom lip. He doesn't have a very big bottom lip, unlike Brendon Urie or Patrick Stump, so that isn't too bad. So we have the basis for his mouth. Now his eyes, he is of Asian descent, so he has sort of like slanted eyes, but not too much. And the basis of his eyes, he has like weird eyes. You want to do the top of his eyes like a line and then a longer curved line. And then you want to do the bottoms completely straight as you can. Not all straight, but more of a curved straight line. And you want to do the same for the other. And you want to do this close to the little pits of his nose, that's what I'll call it, but not touching. So there we go. Doesn't have to be perfect the first time. We will change it if needed. And then his eyebrows. I'll do his eyebrows in a little bit. He has these little pouches underneath his eyes. And you always want to draw wrinkles. Not too much wrinkles where it'll look like he's an old man, like these. I mean, I know those are laughter lines, but usually you add them to make an elderly character. And in this case, he is not elderly. Let me fix this. It's a little too close to you guys. There we go. So that's his eyes. I know he looks creepy right now because he has no eyebrows or irises or pupils. We'll do the eyebrows right now. He's like kind of thin eyebrows. Like that. And then you shade them in. Do the same on the other side. It's okay if this does not look like mine right now, because I have had 8 years of experience, and I don't know how long you have all been drawing, so don't count on it looking immediately like mine. It'll take lots and lots of practice. And then his pupils, I'm just going to draw them in the side of his eyes, like he's looking to the side. And just, what I do with my pupils, I do a little one on the top and then a heart at the bottom, but that's just a stylistic choice. You can do whatever you want with the pupils. And that's another thing, this is also my style of drawing, so it is not going to be like Picasso or Van Gogh or any of those different people, because they are all different styles of drawing. So that is basically it. I could draw the shoulders and everything else, but that's a different lesson. And if you want to, you can shade in the sides of his hair where it's a little bit darker. That's what I'm going to do. And yeah, that's basically it. If you do want to draw the neck and shoulders, I'll just do a quick tutorial. You just do 2 lines downward. Not anatomy, like in the terms of anatomy, male figures have more straight up and down necks and they're thicker, while females have more slender and curved necks and they're thinner. So considering that Josh Dunn is a male, he has more of a thicker neck, And then when we draw the shoulders, do not forget these two bumps. This is critical in anatomy. You do not want to forget them. And then do the two shoulders. This is gonna look weird and bumpy, but it's essential. I say essential a lot, I'm sorry. And then draw a line.